Am I live or am I live? What's going on, people? Sex Machine, I haven't seen you in a while. What's up? What's going on? You do web design, huh? How is that going, Sex Machine? Prestroka, what's good, man? Sex Machine, it's been a minute. It's been a minute I have seen you. It's been a while I've seen you, bro. How's it going? You can show me your work. The time right now is 8:32. It's 8:32 right now. PM. Random Things Channel. What's going on, bruh? What's happening? It's currently 34 degrees right now. Although it's a little darker, the weather is kind of down a bit. It's a little cooler, but it's still pretty hot right now. 6 hours ago, it was cooking. 34 degrees with humidity of 40 degrees. Now, I'm not sure where you are. I'm not sure what's the weather where you are, the current situation of your weather, but we go with degrees here. Some people go with Fahrenheit, some go with degrees. It is currently 34 degrees right now. Soviet Union, what's up? Soviet, is this your first time coming to the live stream? I think it's my first time seeing you, Soviet Union. Yeah. So far so good, man. How's it going on your end? Pre-stroka, it's 1:30 a.m. Okay. It's currently midnight where you are. 1:30 a.m. Okay, this is your second time. That's weird. Because I don't remember you, Soviet Union, unless if you're using a different username or if you used a different name, a different username or something. I look like Kumara Usman. Okay, brother. Thanks for the compliment, man. Thanks for the compliment. What did you guys do today? What did you all do today, guys? You went out, you spent time with your loved ones, or are you about to step out? Because I know some of you be, wilding out sometimes. Are you guys about to step? For some of you, are you about to leave your house to go party or to go out, go on a date night or something? Sex Machine, you're from Chicago. All right, okay. How is Chicago, man? I heard there's a lot of gang violence over there. I heard there are a lot of gang violence in Chicago. Yeah, Peristroker, I know what you're saying, man. Some people, some says that I look like Kevin Hart. Some say that I look like I don't know, man. I look like LeBron James, and some will say that I look like, or I sound like The Rock. Now it is Kumara Usman. I'm currently in North America, but I'm from Nigeria. Yeah, I'm sure Chicago is hot too, because you guys are very close to Canada too. You guys are not very close. You guys are very close to us, so I'm sure the weather over there is probably sizzling as well. Mira, how's it going? Mira, Mira, are you Latino? Actually, I take that back because your last name is Ahmed. So Ahmed, it sounds like a Muslim name. Ahmed sounds like a Muslim name. When did I move to Canada? Oh, it's been a long time. Since 2004. Since '04. Oh, okay. You're from Saudi Arabia, huh? Good to know, bro. Good to know. German. How's it going, German? Asa- asa- Assalamu alaikum. No. How do you say it? Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum, Mira. Salam alaikum, man. Salam alaikum. Do you wear hijab? I mean, do you wear turban, or are you seriously Muslim, or are you a good Muslim, or are you not a good Muslim? Yo, did you guys hear? I'm sure you guys are aware, because I know if you're following me, I know you are into anime as much as I am into anime. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, Solo Leveling is getting a live action part of the show. I'm not sure what to make of it. I'm not sure what to think about it, but to be honest, I would rather them not do it than to do it and ruin the whole aspect of Solo Leveling. I don't think the show needs a live action, because one of the things about these animes is sometimes the live action does well, but most of the time the live action doesn't do very well, because in a real life situation, to animate certain things that happened in the anime, sometimes it can be very, very challenging for them to get that right. So I'm not sure if I'm up for Solo Leveling live action. Yaya said he's also a Muslim. Okay. Salam alaikum, man. Salam alaikum. Yeah, I know Muslim religion. I think very soon, very, very soon, I think most people will look at, would want to convert to Muslim belief, simply because Muslim belief are very, very, very traditional, you know? They keep both men and women in place at all times. you know. Sex Machine, what do you agree with? What I said about solo leveling? I don't think I want to see it. I don't think I want to see solo leveling live action. I would rather stick to the anime version of it because live action is going to be challenging due to the fact that certain things that can be able to get away doing the anime, such as CGI or whatnot, they might not be able to get away with it doing it in a live action, and that could be a problem. One Piece, one of the reasons why One Piece is doing well with the live action is simply because it's One Piece. You know, solo leveling is not One Piece. Even Dragon Ball tried doing a live action. Actually, not tried. They actually did Dragon Ball live action years ago. And I think it's called Dragon Ball Evolution or something. And that live action really, really sucked. It sucked ass. Seriously. It was really, really bad. You know, Dragon Ball live action, they did years ago. I'm not sure if it was 2010 or something. It was a long time ago. That movie sucked. That movie really sucked. I don't think religions are connected to traditions. Well, in some aspects, they kind of do, depending on how you look at it. Religion and tradition are a little different, but in some way they do connect because it connects in terms of having a having a rules and regulation, right? DBZ live action. DBZ live action, I don't think it's gonna do well. Remember, back in the day, they did a Dragon Ball live action. Dragon Ball live action really sucked. It really, really sucked, man. It really sucked. I mean, how can they be able to make Frieza? Because if they're gonna do Dragon Ball, if they're gonna bring it back, they're gonna have to, unless if they use CGI, but it's gonna look very cheap if they use CGI to do it. How can they be able to make somebody like Frieza to get it to the T, the body structure, the costume, even Cell, to make Cell, the costume and everything? How can they bring it into live action? That's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. The animation, they're able to get away with a lot of stuff, but with live action, it's going to be challenging, which is the reason why I don't think it's a good idea to make solo leveling live action, because they might ruin it. They might ruin it for the whole show. They might ruin it. I am cold and alone in the darkness. Bro, why are you cold and alone in the darkness, man? That's not a good way. That's not a good place to be, bro. And why would you make that as your username? Because it's not just a username, it's a statement, man. I am cold and alone in the darkness. Please get out of the darkness. Get out of the cold area. Get out of the dark, bro. Go to the light. Go to the light. Go to the light, man. Justice. Yes, I am from Nigeria. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I say I. Roblox guy. How's it going? No, my sleep schedule is totally fine because today is weekends. Today is Saturday, man. Today is weekend. I'm actually just coming back from Rib Fest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if you all know anything about Rib Fest. If you live in Canada, you probably know there's something called Rib Fest. You can Google it if you want. It happens once every year. That's actually where I'm coming from. As you can see, I'm a little bit dressed up. I just came back and I just wanted to chit chat with you guys a little bit. Dude from the village. Hello there. Franklin Clinton. Do a shout out for me. My name is Zayden Kalas. All right, Zayden Kalas. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Zayden Kalas. But why would you go by Franklin Clinton if your real name is Zayden Kalas? Are you doing a double ganger or something? Double ganger? Or are you trying to hide your identity? Because by going with a different name while your real name is Zayden Kalas, and now I'm doing a shout out to you. What's with that, bro? But shout out to you still. Dude from the village. What do you do for a living? I'm a truck driver, bro, and I'm a content creator. I'm a truck driver and I am a content creator. Coco says, LeBron, is that you? No, honey. No, honey. Coco. Coco. Kind of makes me say cocoa butter. Yeah, Coco, are you? I hope you're a girl, man, because I don't want to do all of this for a guy now, you know. I hope you're a female, man. Coco. Cocoa butter. Cocoa butter. No, I'm not LeBron. This is EVlog, coming to you live from his car. Yo, welcome, Franklin Clinton. Or let me say Zayden Kalas, aka Franklin Clinton. Oh, it's a stage name. Okay. Yeah, I know about GTA 5, but I've never played it. I've watched people play it. It's a very adventurous game. Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, people. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. All right. All right. Now we can continue. So far, I got thumbs up from Mira Ahmed. If anybody can hear me, give me a thumbs up, except Mira. Harley, how's it going, Harley? Harley Quinn. Chidu Dust. I feel like I'm in school again. Why would you feel like that, bro? Do I look like a teacher to you? Do I look like a teacher? Do I look like a teacher? Do I look like a teacher? Sounds like taking attendance in online classes. That's historical, man. That is historical. Well, I hope you have your school bag ready. I hope you have your papers and your pen and your school materials. So as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, what do y'all think about this solo leveling getting a live action? What do y'all think about that? You think it's gonna be good, or do you guys think it's gonna flop? Do y'all think solo leveling getting a live action, okay? Solo leveling getting a live action movie or show, do y'all think it's gonna last? Hold on, let me open this up. Do y'all think it's gonna last? Solo leveling getting a live action show, or do you guys think it's gonna flop? I hope you guys can hear me now, though. I hope y'all can hear me perfectly fine. Nyla, how's it going, Nyla? Welcome to the live stream chat. How's your day going? How's your day going? Now, Mira, about your religion, can a man, I'm asking out of curiosity, I asked you and you said that you're a good Muslim, right? If I'm not mistaken, you said you are a good Muslim. Now, as a good Muslim, can you have more than one wives in your religion? Can you have more than one wives? I'm not sure if you're still there, Mira. In your religion, can you have more than one wives? Because I know Muslim people will be having that kind of leverage and room to have more than one partner. And if that's the truth, if that's the case, can you do it in America? Because I think you said you're in America or you're in London or something. Where did you say you're currently in right now? I think you mentioned where you are right now. Or was it somebody else? Oh yeah, you are currently in Scotland. I'm not sure Scotland's rules and regulation in regards to marriage, but if my guess is correct, it's probably the same as every other Western culture. So I'm not sure how that goes. Yeah, you are currently in Scotland. So there are conditions. You can do it, but there are conditions. What are those conditions? If you don't mind explaining. What are the conditions of having more than one wives? Because I know your religion allows it. I'm just curious, guys. I'm just curious. I'm not promoting having more than one wife, but I'm just curious. I'm just learning here, you know? I'm just here to learn. So you're saying that for you, you will set the term for your husband not to marry any other woman. Oh, so you can do that in your religion. Okay, I see what you mean. But what if your husband refuses? Okay, what if you set that term, your husband refuses to accept your term, then what? You said it perfectly well. You said it the way I was expecting you to say it. You said it the way I was expecting you to say it. And to be honest, I didn't think that you're a woman actually. I actually thought that you were a guy for some reason. But that is my fault. But yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. So in that sense, it has to be an agreement between the husband, okay? It has to be an agreement between the man and the woman. But both of them knows the religion that they come from. So if anything, I guess the husband or the husband to be must tell the wife to be that at some point, this is what I will be looking forward to do in the near future. I will be looking forward to have more than one wives. Now, since it's allowed in the religion, if the wife to be agrees on these terms, then the two can proceed further, can move forward with it. So that if the husband ends up meeting another woman, instead of sleeping around, okay, instead of sleeping around or cheating on her, he can now lay the same condition on the wife to be, hey, I already have a wife, right? She's my first wife. And if we're gonna do this, are you okay being the second wife? And I guess if the second wife to be agrees, then the husband to be will marry the second wife. I believe that's how it goes. Okay, so I'm correct. So I'm definitely correct on what I just said. All right, yeah, because it makes absolute sense that that's how things will probably go between the marital situation when it comes to Islam or the Muslim culture, which is actually an interesting culture, by the way. Um, you know, and I guess in that sense, that means it is allowed, just that both parties has to be involved in it. And in the culture or in the religion itself, it's allowed for a man to have more than one wife, which I can see why. Because in Christian religion, I wouldn't say that I'm a Christian, okay? I'm not gonna say that I'm a Christian, but I was born in a Catholic religion. Being older right now, knowing enough ins and outs of the religion culture and the Catholicism and the Christianity, I would say that at this point, I don't really believe in Catholic or Christianity. I believe in truth, right? Because that's the only thing that can set us free. I don't believe in religion. I just believe in truth. So, but let's just say if I am to say that I'm a Christian, I know in Christianity, a man cannot marry more than one wife. It is looked as a sin. It's impossible. But the thing is, back in the olden days, back in eons and eons ago, men were allowed to marry as many wives as possible. I would say that probably my great grandfather probably had more than one wife, and it was okay back then, because during that time, having wives was seen as a success back then. I know these days it's no longer the case, due to the fact that society has moved forward and has come so far that it's going to be so difficult to have a second wife or to have more than one wife. But back in eons ago, society wasn't this developed as it was. I would say, to my understanding, okay, I would say to my understanding, men will probably seek more than one wife simply because to help secure their dynasty. Because think about it, back then, things were a little bit different. People survived by farming and eating from what they farmed from their land. That was how they survived back then. And as a man, when you marry and you have kids and you have children, marrying a second wife, having kids and having children, that helps the success of the family, because the wives can help each other out. When they have kids, the kids can help each other out grow, and the family is big. That's why most of the time, when a man has a farmland and he has more than one wife, the growth of that farmland will be very, very successful, because the man will have kids that will help him, that can help the mother farm and grow what they can eat in order to survive. But but there is a catch to that. There is an interesting factor to that, because the problem is, let's just say that this man marries 3 wives, and those 3 wives got along, and at one point the 3 wives doesn't get along anymore, and now the first wife, if she has a son, based on tradition and culture, most of the time the first son is to inherit the man's property. The first son of the first wife is the one who will inherit his father's land and his father's properties. That's how it's always been done. So when you have more than 3 wives, or when you have more than 1 wife, what happens is the second wife is going to think, oh, why should the first son of the first wife take all of this? Why should he be in charge? I would want my son to be in charge when the man dies. And before you know what is happening, there's going to be bigotry that will cause animosity, right? But if it is done successfully, it is beautiful. But the man of the house has to make sure to love his wives and his children's equally, which will never happen anyway. That will never, ever gonna happen, because a man will always have a favorite wife and a favorite child. It's always like that in the family, and you all know what I'm talking about. You know, your parents might not want to tell you, but between you and your brother, or between you and your sister, one of you is the favorite child. One of you, the parents may not show it, but you can, if you pay attention enough, you'll probably see it here and there. You know, parents do have a favorite child, just that sometimes they hide it so well that you don't know. But anyways, when it's done successfully, it's beautiful. But most of the time, it doesn't end well, especially when the man of the house dies, or if anything happens to him. If anything happens to the man of the house, and if the family is not structured in a way that they're going to be disciplined to help each other no matter what, it's going to be chaotic when the man passes away. Even before the man passes away, if the women don't get along, it's going to be a troublesome household. Okay? If the females don't get along, and we know females intend not to get along most of the time, because they just have their little bigotry here and there. You know, most of the time women don't get along with each other, and because of that, that's gonna cause a huge animosity in the house. And the man will definitely feel the brunt of that chaos that he created, because sometimes it works, but most of the time the man will end up regretting, why did he go and marry more than 1 wife, you know? So exactly, because most of the time the man will end up favoring one against the other, and once that happens, it's going to create animosity. It's going to create bigotry, and before you know it, it's going to be a huge problem in the household. You know, it will be a huge problem in the household. And with that, it's going to be the house will be turned into volcano. The household will be turned into a volcano situation. So yeah. So overall, don't have more than one wives. That's my advice. Do not have more than one wife. It's not it's not very good. Yeah, I do understand. It doesn't work. It's chaotic when that happens because, you know, any little animosity between the wives, it's going to skyrocket. It's going to spiral in a different level, you know? Any atom of animosity between the wives, it's going to spiral. Now, guys, give me a second. I'm gonna go inside because it's getting dark out here. I'm gonna carry you guys right inside my home. Let me see. So, guys, as I was saying, I am now right in my home. Yeah, normally it doesn't turn out well. It doesn't turn out well when that happens. So, take note, guys. Take note. Take note. Is the internet still bad? I'm now in my house, just chilling. I'm sure you guys recognize the images that are behind me. Behind me is Ichigo from Bleach. Ichigo from Bleach. Any Bleach fan right here? Is there any Bleach fan here? And how is the internet right now? Is everything okay? Is everything working well? The internet should be fixed now because I am currently in my home. Awesome. Yeah. So as I was saying, marrying more than one wife is not. I wouldn't advise it because, as man, dealing with one is already enough. Dealing with one woman, dealing with one love, the person you love, and you want to share the rest of your life with. Doing that alone is a handful. Not to talk about dealing with three or two more of the same love. Okay. You're only Hunter X Hunter fan. All right, okay. I'm waiting for Hunter X Hunter to come back. I'm waiting, patiently waiting, man. I am patiently waiting for Hunter X Hunter to make its comeback. I don't know that will ever. I'm not sure if that will happen anytime soon because there's nothing on it. From time to time, I do see articles that says that they're starting to work on Hunter X Hunter a little bit, but I'm not sure how serious they're going to take it. I'm not sure how serious they are with Hunter X Hunter and if it's going to make its comeback anytime soon. I mean, in the next 5 years, if Hunter X Hunter makes its comeback, that will be awesome. Okay, that will be awesome if the Hunter X Hunter, Hunter Hunter makes its comeback. It will be super. Like I've always said, another anime that I'm waiting for its comeback is Berserk. I know the creator or the writer has died. I'm hoping that some way, somehow, somebody will pick it up and continue from where the previous writer stopped and give us a badass and unforgettable show. You know, that's it. That is it. And again, for Dragon Ball or any other show out there, I'm hoping that the reason why some of these anime companies do these things that they do, sometimes anime goes on hiatus. Normally, it's either that they don't have enough manga content available to continue doing the anime, or they don't have enough budget, or for some particular reason, they are not getting pretty much enough audience approval or audience that are watching the content. But most of the time, it's actually usually because they just don't, they're waiting for it. And some of the times, if you really ask them, why haven't you guys brought this anime back? It's not like the manga is not doesn't have enough content. Sometimes there's really no answer to it. Like One Punch Man, One Punch Man. I don't read mangas, but I know for sure that One Punch Man has enough content in the manga to bring the show back and to continue the show. So how in the blue moon that since season 2 ended on One Punch Man, we are yet to see season 3 make its comeback. It keeps getting pushed. Every year, every season, it keeps getting pushed. One Punch Man should be, if I'm not mistaken, it should have came back 2 years ago or even 3 years ago. Season 3 should have made its comeback 3 years ago. You know what I mean? But still, we are currently in 2025 and it's currently the 7th month, going on the 8th month of the year, and Hunter X Hunter still haven't made its comeback. I'm sorry, not Hunter X Hunter. One Punch Man still have not made its comeback. What with that? M Love, how you doing? What's with that, man? What is with that? The same thing goes with Dragon Ball Super. It's been years since Dragon Ball Super ended, or the last um, arc ended. Right now, they have enough content to continue. I do understand the creator has died, and I know it's going to take them some time to restructure things a little bit. to restructure the management and all these things. But hey, they should pick it up. Black Clover, the same thing, it has gone on hiatus. I know they're working on the manga, and I think by now they should have enough content to continue the show. Some of you guys, if you read mangas on Black Clover, I'm sure they must have enough contents to continue the show. But I don't know why they are, you know, postponing it and all of that stuff. I don't know. Make it make sense. Make that make sense, people. Make it make sense. Anyway, it seems like most of us, there's not a lot of people that came out to the chat this time because people are probably busy with their loved ones. Some are probably at a cookout right now. Some are probably at a party. Some are probably at the movie theater. Some are probably in a house party or some type of gathering because it's summer. It's summertime and it's weekend and it's Saturday night. No problem, man. Jonathan, no worries, bro. No worries. It's all good. It's all good still. So, some of us right now are probably in a party, some type of gathering, because I myself, I'm just coming from a gathering. What's going on, swag? I see. What's good? Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the like, bro. Much appreciated. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the like. Much appreciated. So, as I was saying, we're doing well. I'm doing great. I'm just coming from a gathering. I'm just coming from Rib Fest. Rib Fest. I ate so much. I don't even know why I'm still awake, but I ate so much and I'm just here chilling. So, as I was saying, anime companies need to take some of these good anime seriously because, you know, the voiceovers are not going to live long enough. No, I'm just talking about before I was talking about the Muslim or Islam religion, how they are alive, how they are allowed to marry more than one wives. And now I'm just talking about anime and the fact that um, One Punch Man, after season 2 ended, it's almost going to, if I'm not mistaken, 5 to 6 years. One Punch Man was supposed to make its return 3 years ago, actually, but it kept being postponed. And even this year, it's supposed to come out 3 months ago, or maybe the beginning of this year, if I'm not mistaken, but it's being postponed. Now, as it stands, we are currently on the 7th month of the year, creeping on to the 8th month of the year. Before you know it, this year will be over and One Punch Man is not going to make its return. What's with that? I hate when there is no much audience. SM. Like, what are you trying to say, Mira? Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Because I don't get it. I guess it's currently my accent, bro. I said rib fest, like rib fest. Type it up, rib fest, RIB fest. Oh, that's crazy, bro. No, I'm talking about rib fest, man. I know I have a little accent, and I know sometimes I will say something and it will come off somehow. But hey, I'm talking about rib fest, rib fest. Or you can say rib feast. That's what I'm saying. All right, HB Gamer. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, rib fest, RIB. It thinks us you that is hilarious, man. Rape fest. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. No, no, I'm not. I didn't go to any rape fest. It's rape fest. Shit. Oh man. Thanks for the sub, HB Gamer 500. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the sub. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but Tougen Anki, it's a new anime, okay? Tougen Anki, new anime that just dropped yesterday. I did a reaction to it yesterday. So if you want to watch it after this live stream, go to my Rumble channel. The link is probably in the description of this video. You can watch it. Tougen Anki. And to talk about that anime for a second, it just released its first episode. Yeah, man, I know what you mean, bro. I'm sure if I heard it the way you heard it, I'll probably be like, "What the hell is this guy talking about? What kind of festival is he talking about?" I might need to call him on the phone and have him elaborate a little bit on what he's talking about because I'm intrigued, but that's not what I'm talking about, man. Oh boy. Okay, I see what you mean, Mira. Oh yes, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Some of anime companies intend to sexualize some characters, and especially female characters, in order to get more audience. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I agree with you on that. I agree with you. So Tolgen Anki kind of reminds me when you watch it. I'm not sure if any one of you guys watched it. Kind of gives me Bleach vibe. Even the Shiki's Shiki's father kind of looks like Ichigo's father. You know, if you're a Bleach fan, you will probably understand what I'm talking about. And you guys notice when Ichigo's father just barges inside his room and kind of antagonize him a little bit, and he kicks his father out, and the type of relationship that they have with each other. I think if you watch Togen Anki, the first couple of scenes, you would probably think, oh, damn, this kind of gives me Bleach feelings. And at some point along the line, it will probably give you Black Clover feels. Somewhere along the line, it's probably going to give you Full Metal Alchemist feels. But at the end of it, I think um, it's going to hold out in its own right. I'm not sure how much anime companies invested in it, but hopefully it does well because he also gives you type Naruto kind of feels, like Kurama type of feels to it. So we'll see how the second episode is going to go. Um, the anime comes every Friday. It drops every episode on Fridays. So, and from what I read just recently, there is going to be a dub. The dub is available as well because when I watched it in dub version, not sub version. Okay? And I hope you guys enjoy it when you go watch it on Rumble on my channel. But don't go right now though. Stay here. We're still talking. We're still conversating. Another thing that I want to talk about is where is the society going? Our society, where are we going? Yes, I read that as well. I read the community post, and I'm looking forward to it. How's it going, buddy? I can't read your name because it's written in Asian language, either Japanese or Chinese or Korean. I can't read it, but hi to you, buddy. That's Reveal X64. Yes, I'm a big One Piece fan. I am a One Piece fan. And speaking of One Piece, I think I will be doing a live stream reaction sometime tomorrow. Okay, so I'm not gonna do it on the channel on YouTube. It's gonna be done on Rumble. Just like I went live to do Lord of Mystery, I'm going to go live to do one episode on One Piece tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll make the time. Hopefully. But yes, I do watch One Piece, and I enjoy watching it. Yep, much appreciated, man. Mira wants to know my name, my real name, that is. My real name is Emmanuel. That's my real name, Emmanuel. That is my real name. Where is the society going, guys? Where are we going as society? No, Emmanuel with double M. Indeed. Indeed. I believe, I think, guys, that the society is cooked. Unfortunately, society is cooked. Society is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Society is in trouble. Big, big trouble. Society is in trouble, man. Things are no longer what it seems or what it should seem. Due to the fact that society has come so far to civilize the world that we live in now, due to the fact that man has strived to give liberty and freedom to not just men, but at the same time women. You know what they say, good times raises weaker children. Hard times brings forth stronger children and stronger mindset. Okay, let me say it again. Good times, happy times sometimes or most of the time intend to bring forth weaker minded offspring or children or mentality. And tough times and tougher and harsher times intend to bring forth stronger minded children, and in the sense of society will know their role, everybody will play their role. Now this is not going to be like The Rock that says know your role and shut your mouth. Know your role, shut your mouth. No, that's not what it is. I'm just saying the genders, both men and women, will know their role and play their role. You know what I mean? So, but society is kind of cooked, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Shelby, how's it going? Ask away. Go ahead, Ms. Shelby. Ask your question. Ask away. Oh yes, swag. I'm very much aware. I'm very much aware of that because when I go to my nieces' houses, I do pay attention to what they watch. I do pay attention to the slang that they use. I do pay attention to the things that are being introduced to them. And most of the time, I'll give credit to my uncles because they are old school. They have old school mentality. Let me just say they have traditional mindset mentality, and they've done quite a good job in raising their children. I would say they did a perfect job because they are not spoiled. They intend to understand that you know your role, play your role, and respect your elders, which is very important, and all of that stuff. But as much as they did a good job, I would say that there could be areas where they do understand that you know at some point there is really nothing you can do because when you set your kid out there to go out there in the world and socialize, you sometimes you don't see who they are, know who they hang around with. The only time you will start paying attention is if they start doing things that goes against your rules and regulations, that will be when you kind of will have to start looking inward and to look closer to the friends that they associate with, the type of friends they have, or the type of friends that they hang around with, because those are the ones that end up messing up your children. You know what I mean? So, Miss Shelby, or MZ Shelby, where was your mother last night? Is that really a question? Why are you asking me where my mother was last night? As if you know anything about my mother. Where was your mother last night? That's not a question that I will answer. Um, that question is irrelevant. If you do want to make it relevant, you can let me know why you asked such a nonsensical question. So, oh yes, don't give them iPad. Give them iPad, but not when they are little. Give them iPad when they are older and mature enough to understand that iPad is not everything. You have to go out and socialize. You have to go out and mingle. You have to go. Do you guys remember back in the day? Not so long ago, we loved to go outside and play. Like nobody wants to be stuck indoor. Going outside was the best thing anybody would ever want to do. You know, we loved going outside and playing. Hi, Jessica. Thanks for coming to the live chat. You see, the stupidity of people, people, just the stupidity and the mindset of people. Look at what this person just said. You asked me about where my mother is or was last night. And you say, because I love her and I will be there tonight because I love her. You see the stupidity? You have no clue who my mother is. I've never shown my mother to the public. You don't know who she is. You've never met her, but you're gonna come here and spit out nonsense out of your tongue. It is crazy, man. I'm glad you're admitting that you have mental issues. Okay, I'm not. All right, man. Like, I'm not gonna. If indeed, okay, if indeed you do have a mental issues, I hope you get some help. Okay, I hope it's imperative you get some help. Please get some help. Please get some help, MZ Shelby. If you have mental issues, you shouldn't have iPad. You shouldn't have Facebook. You shouldn't have anything because you know things that come out of your mouth is just foul and doesn't make sense. If you need help, you can always call 911 and report and let them know that you have mental issues. And I'm sure there are places or there are facilities or people that can help you, that can work with you. You know what I mean? This is crazy, man. Yep. Yep. I watch current day cartoons too. Because when I go to my uncle's house or my uncle's houses, because I have more than one uncle, I do pay attention to what they are watching, like the little ones. like they watch Dora, or whatever. I do pay attention to the content that they are watching and the type of information that is being thrown at them. You know, it's crazy these days how, you know, I do believe that children should be off limit. They are innocent. You know, it's not good to corrupt them, their mind, and their innocent. It's not a good thing. So, you know, because they are precious. They are precious beings. They are precious individuals. They are precious. Even the Creator in the Bible did say, "Leave the children alone. Let them come to me, because the kingdom of the Creator is such as for them." You know, I'm not here to preach. I do have my flaws, but I do believe that the youngins, the young ones, should be left alone to grow in their innocence. They should be left alone to grow in their innocence. They should be left alone to grow in their innocence. They should not be corrupted by certain kind of ideologies and mentalities, because it is just anti-life. I think it's a high time I revitalize my moderators. I think it's a high time. You know, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna, because this is just comical. It's stupidity in a way, but at the same time, it's comical too. You know, I think it's a high time I start. You know, get I need to get moderators to moderate the live chat. I think it's a high time I do that, because I know before you come here and comment, YouTube will tell you, please be respectful, comment, and be respectful. I think they do say that before you comment. So I'm not sure why people will read that and will skip it and just put foul, nonsensical, and say certain things that just blows your mind. You know. Yeah, it's comical. I'm not offended really, but it's just the idea of saying something that does not rhyme or doesn't connect to what I'm trying to say here. It's just mind blowing. Yeah, because I know before anybody come here to comment, YouTube will write and let you know, hey, be respectful, comment in kindness, comment in, don't come in here and be saying and say some wild, you know. Oh, Jessica, you're leaving us already? Jessica, are you leaving us already? You just got here. But if you have to go to bed, please take care of yourself. Sweet dreams. Have yourself a good night. Yeah, man, swag. I listen, man. I'm getting, you know, I'm coming very, very close to giving moderators here, man. I think I'm getting fed up right now. I'm coming very, very close, you know, to appointing moderators to start moderating the live chat, because these type of comments and ideas and nonsensical comments, it's just wild, man. It is just wild. It's crazy. I'm not watching any romance anime right now. If you know a good one, let me know. At least MZ Shelby did say that he needs some help. At least he understands he has a mental issue. It becomes a problem when someone doesn't. But then again, it's one thing to understand you have a mental issue and you just keep being buffoonery or doing buffoonery things. It's crazy. And if you have a mental issues, you should get some help. Unless if you're here to troll, which I don't understand why you want to troll somebody. Maybe you get a kick out of it or something. I think MZ Shelby gets a kick out of it. It makes his day. Yeah, I think Swag is going to do that job. I think, because I'm sick and tired of people coming up here calling me monkeys and all these nonsensical things that they say just to get me wound up. You're never gonna get me wound up, trust me. You're not gonna get me upset. Not you. You're never gonna get me upset. If I start yelling in this live stream at any point in time, that means I don't know what will even make me start yelling. Insults, I've heard it all. You know, I'm a human being. I'm not perfect, but be respectful, ladies and gentlemen. Be respectful, not just to me, but to other people who come here to have a good time and to talk and to have a conversation. You know, be respectful not just to me, but also to other audience that are here to have a good time and to talk stuff out. Be respectful. Be respectful. Yeah, I don't think a slap would even help. A slap will not help somebody like this, man. I think an ass whooping might. I think he's doing it for attention. Yeah, I know what I know, man. He's doing it for attention. You know, I don't think a slap will help. I think an ass whooping might. A good ass a good ass whooping might do the job, but I don't know, man. People are just weird. MZ Shelby is trolling. That's all he's doing, you know. I'm telling you guys, some people get a kick out of this. Some people do it for fun. They just enjoy trolling people. They just, it makes their day to get to see the reaction of other people. You guys, when you guys watch Facebook and you scroll through videos, there's this saying, there's this voice that says, I don't want peace. I want problem always. I'm sure some of you, if not most of you, must have heard that saying in one of the reels and on Facebook. I don't want peace. I want problem always. MZ Shelby is one of those people. Okay? MZ Shelby is one of those people that don't like peace. They like problems always. And I think it makes his day. So that's what he's doing. Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? I stand correct. Marita, how's it going? I stand correct. I stand correct. Trying to push you up to your limits. Yeah, maybe you should you should do the job, Swag. Give him a good solid candy ass whooping. Give him a good candy ass whooping. And after you're done, give him a rock bottom. Give him a solid, thunderous rock bottom. Exactly. You do it with your siblings, but not with other people. But hey, like I said, I've said this many times. No, no, MZ Shelby, you don't need to leave. You just gotta be respectful. But if you cannot be respectful, then you can leave if you want to. That's up to you. You can leave if you want to, but if you want to stay, just be respectful, man. You know? I'm sure you're probably where you are right now, cracking yourself up, just laughing and cracking up. Vegeta wouldn't. won't tolerate none of that. The Prince of all Saints. The Prince of all Saints, man. Tell me you love me. Oh, you live in Iran. Is that how you talk to your fellow friends in Iran? Oh, so this is a mentally broken. Oh, shit, man. Oh, okay. He's mentally broken, guys. He's suicidal now. He's mentally broken. I'm sorry to hear that. It's sad to hear that. If, so long as you're not trolling, because I'm not sure if you're telling the truth or you're still trolling. If you are telling the truth, then my sincere condolences to your people, man. Because I know war is not a good thing. Kashuan, thanks for the compliment. Yeah, I know, Radical. It was. We were just having a great conversation, and he just came and just diverted it to another place. So, yes, mission accomplished. Psych, mission is not accomplished because I'm going to still go back to my topic. You know, I'm going to go back to my topic. I'm not going to be swayed out of my topic. May the good creator keep you, MZ Shelby. That's all I can say. And may you be a better human being than you are right now, that you've been for the last 5 minutes. Yeah, may the creator keep you. And may you be a better human being. And if you're smoking anything, stop smoking, man, because it's not gonna help your mental situation. It's not gonna make it any better. And stop shish kebabbing. Stop smoking if you're smoking. Stop drinking if you're drinking. So, anyways, as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, society society is cooked, and it is scary. It is very, very scary how things are turning out. And I just pray that parents out there will continue to fight the good fight, uncles continue to fight the good fight, aunts continue to fight the good fight, older cousins continue to fight the good fight, because the enemy is really on the young minds and young innocent minds these days. And it is terrible the way things are going. And not just that, not just the young innocent children. This is also happening to the adults now. The adults now don't know where to go. They don't know what is right and what is wrong, because what is wrong are being promoted so much in social media, in every social media platforms out there. The wrong things are promoted so much that the young minds coming up are so confused. What is going on. If the wrong things are promoted to a greater height, why should I do good if there is incentive to do the wrong things? Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird, ladies and gentlemen, that society has gotten to the point where the wrong things are promoted off the wazoo? Isn't that interesting? The wrong things are being promoted off the wazoo, while the right things is not promoted to the length of the wrong things. That's where we are right now in the society. That is where we have gotten in the society. How does it how do things get better from here on out? It's going to be challenging. It's going to be super super challenging because here's the thing. It's one thing to try and stray and stare your young siblings or your young nieces or young nephews or young cousin to the right or your young children to the right direction. It's one thing to stare them and continue to stare them to the right direction. Another thing to to know and to be aware of is, even though you're doing all this work to steer them to the right direction, you also have to be worried about when people that they meet, when they go out there, who are they going to meet? Who are they going to interact with? The people that they interact with. What type of mind are those people going to interact with your siblings, your nephews, your young nieces, your children? What type of mind are they going to the world or going inside the world to interact with? Because as it stands, the wrong thing is looking like it's the right thing to do, and the right thing to do has become the wrong thing. Isn't that messed up? You know? And another interesting part of this situation is the fact that when you try to say the right things, or when you try to be a good steward, you become demonized. When you try to be a good steward, when you try to do right, you will get criticized, you will get demonized, you will almost get shunned because you're trying to do right. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Yo, Swag, you're cooking right now, man. You are cooking with what you're saying. You're cooking with your comments, bro. I respect the fight, but I know a losing battle when I see. Holy shit. I know a losing battle when I see one. Oh, man. So you've given up, huh? You've given up, bro. The new era is as strong as we, so it's inevitable. Oh shit, man, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think I'm going to use that at some point. I might use that at some point. The new era is as strong as we. Well, when you use that, I guess only a Dragon Ball fan will probably understand it. If you're not a Dragon Ball fan, you will not understand what the new era is as strong as Whis. You know, only a Dragon Ball fan will understand it. So yeah, man, it is at this point it has become a losing battle, but that doesn't mean that we should stop fighting. That does not mean that we should stop fighting. That does not mean that the people that can still fight the good fight, at least do the best you can. Do the best you can and leave the rest to the creator. You know? Leave the best to the creator because you can see a responsible child, a responsible child. You see the good ones get corrupted by the bad ones. Because show me who you hang around with, and I will kind of tell you who you are. Show me the type of friends you keep, and I will tell you the type of person you are. And the another thing is if a rat that doesn't eat peanut butter start hanging around with rats that eat peanut butter, two things is gonna happen. It's either the rat that doesn't eat peanut butter turns the ones that eat peanut butter to stop eating peanut butter, or the ones that eat peanut butter turns the one that doesn't eat peanut butter to start eating peanut butter. Out of these two things, one must definitely take effect. Ain't no two ways. You know? Indeed. MZ Shelby, ask away, ask your questions. Ask your question. Go ahead. Here we go again. Where was my sister last night? Why would you want to know where my sister? Here we go again. Here comes MZ Shelby. Here comes MZ Shelby. You know, you know what I say? It's one thing to admit that you have a mental issue. Yeah, man, I'm gonna use that at some point. Actually, let me screenshot that, man. I'm gonna screenshot it right now. I'm going to screenshot it for future use. Yeah, man. Here comes MZ Shelby. Here comes the troll of the night. Here comes the troll of the night. So as I was saying, as much as we know the world is cooked at this point, like it is, we've gone so far off the rail that all everybody is looking forward right now is okay, let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see how far this destabilization of the rail or of the railroad is going to go. Because all right, Mira, take care and hope you have a good night and enjoy your time with your loved ones. It's Saturday. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yeah, man, it's the high. Yeah, radical. I hear you. I definitely hear you. I'm going to have moderators sooner or later. Soon enough, I'm gonna have moderators. I'm going to have mods available. But the thing is, I want my mods to be part of the membership. Okay? I want my moderators to be part of the membership so that we can discuss on other stuff, and I can write messages to my mods on how to, you know, on how to deal with the nonsensical stuff that comes with people, because it's not something that I would want to discuss in front of everybody. So if you want to be a mod, join the membership channel. It's like $4 or $3. Join the membership, and yeah, I need moderators, and I think Swag is really up for that right now. So I'm going to have mods sooner or later. Z-Led, I hear you, brother. Or if you're a sister, I hear you, sister. Indeed, the world is off the rails. But the thing is, you just can't ignore the world. It's hard to ignore when things is very destabilized. When things is destabilized, you can ignore it until so far. You can pretend that it's not happening and just focus on yourself. But the thing is, at one point, you're gonna face it. It's gonna hit you right in the face. Unless you build yourself a bunker and just go in your bunker, have all your food, all your everything you need to survive, and just go in your bunker, then you probably will not deal with the world and the nonsensical things that are happening now. But so long as you still exist in this world and you're interacting with this world in one way, shape, or form, and when I mean interaction, that doesn't mean that you have friends that you're interacting with, or you go on a date, or whatever. Going to gas station, interacting with the cashier, that's interaction. Okay. Going to grocery store, interacting with the cashier over there, that's interaction. Driving on the road, yielding to pedestrians, yielding to other drivers to make a right turn or a left turn, that's interaction. So as much as you say that you want to live in your bubbles, but I hate to bust your bubbles, unfortunately, brother, you're still dealing with the nonsensical situations. Maybe not to the extent that other people are dealing with it, but you're still dealing with it. At the end of the day, yes, the world has fallen off its rails, and just like Swag says, oh yeah, how did you put it again? Let me go back to what you said. Swag said that I know a losing fight when I see one, and they are battling with the new era, and the new era is as strong. The new era is as strong as Whis. That's what it is now. The new era is as strong as Whis. The new mindset is as strong as Whis from Dragon Ball Super. Swag was cooking right there. The new era is as strong as Whis. Based on that fact, one must be careful. One must recognize that there is a battle. Typically, the battle is a battle of between good and evil. That's what it has always been since the beginning of time, since the dawn of time. It has always been the battle of good and evil. Always. No matter how you look at it, no matter how the situation may seem, it's always the battle of good and evil. And for the last 10 years or 15 years, let me say since 1960 and onwards, it seems to me that evil has become such a terrible thing that it has overshadowed the good. But there is always one thing with goodness. Always there is one thing with light. One thing with light is once it starts shining, once light comes in, darkness can never ever overshadow it. As it may seem, we are right now in darkness. The world is in darkness. We are really almost about to be covered and blinded. I mean, we're already blinded. It's almost like our conscience as well is about to be eradicated with darkness, you know? But the thing is, in the place of darkness, you can also see light there. It may look very small. It may look like a tiny, tiny little things. It may look like a tiny microorganism thing, but the wonderful thing about light is just the fact that once it gets magnified, all right, once light gets magnified, it just triumphs. Such as when you see hate and when you see love. When you see love, you see hate. You know what I mean? It's always the yin and yang situation, yin and yang, yin and yang. But it seems like the yang is starting to overshadow yin so much that the world no longer knows what it's doing. The world is just cooked. You know, this is the reason why some of these people that live in the jungle, some of these people that live in an island, and the uh, they don't want government coming into their island. If you get close to that island, you're gonna face obstacles. You're going to face a hostile situation. They might even kill you. Not might, they will kill you if you come close to the island. They don't want to be left alone. Those people probably know why they don't want to deal with the new society. They want to be left alone to handle themselves and to handle their civilization the best way they can. You know what I mean? So it's really baffling, man. It's really interesting how things has gotten so far. Young people, older people, the society is so far gone now that even when you speak righteousness, you get shunned, you get shamed, you get criticized, you get ostracized. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's really crazy. I was watching one of these dating site shows. I was watching one of these dating site shows, and for what it's worth, I'm gonna say the name Fresh and Fit. I normally watch their Money Mondays. I watch their Money Mondays and learn one or two things on how to save, how to be better, with my finance, how to do this, how to do that, you know. And when people call in, when people do call in, when men do call in and talk about their struggles, I see how Myron really speaks to them. It may be harsh, but in that harshness, it is love behind it. I know he's not the best person ever. I know he has his his problems, but one of the good things that I like about the show is the Money Monday. They help people to be better. They help men to be better. You know, even if he means being rude to the callers, he does it just to see them get better and be better version of themselves. But there was a part of the um the other show that they do, which is where they bring girls and they question them and they talk to them, and they criticize them, they condescend them, they make fun of girls and all these things. I know it's not the best thing, There's also a show as well that I watch. It's called Whatever Podcast as well. But going back to Fresh and Fit, there was um, there was a part of their show that there is this particular woman. This particular woman is a I can't say it now, conservative woman, and her ideology seems to me that her ideology is basically the same ideology as almost before 1960, and she's married. She loves her husband, and you can always tell when a woman loves her husband and is in a good marriage, the way he speaks about her husband, you can tell that she respects her husband. But then again, I don't know why her husband allowed her to come to Fresh and Fit, by the way. But that's not the main point. The main point is the way she spoke about her husband and her marriage to people that adore such things. It's a beautiful thing, right? But the interesting part of it is because she spoke so well about her husband, the other women who were not married, don't have anybody, not married, single as fuck, they started condescending her. They started asking her weird question to say, why are you married? Why are you loyal? Why are you a housewife? You shouldn't be a housewife. Why is he keeping you in the house? Why are you trying to be a housewife? How being a housewife sucks, you know? You're just wasting your time being a housewife. You're this, you're that. They started attacking her. Like literally, they were attacking this woman that adores her husband. She is in a successful marriage and she loves being a housewife. She's loyal to her husband. She adores her husband. So tell me why, instead of the other women who are seeking, because I watched the show from the beginning, so I heard what some of the other women said. They want a man, they want a husband, they want to find somebody they can, you know, commit to, someone that will commit to them. They are looking for a man, they want a husband. But then again, you hear a good story from a woman who is in a situation that you're striving to get, who is in a situation that you are seeking to obtain one day. But then you're attacking her. You're giving her advice as if you know what you're talking about. You're giving her a nonsensical advice instead of you listening and getting game from her on how to get a man and be able to keep a man to the point where he can go down on one knees and propose to you. Instead of asking her, hey girl, how did you do it? How did you do it? Please give me some game. How can I get to where you are? How can I get a man that will love me, that will cherish me, that will adore me, and I will adore him? How can I get a beautiful marriage just like you? Instead of them asking her questions on that route, on that aspect, they started to condescend her. They started to ask her questions that you could tell from the position where they're coming from, they are actually attacking her. But then again, they don't want to be in the same position as her. You see, it just doesn't, I don't understand, man. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly. Exactly. Like the way they attacked her and the type of questions they were asking her, it doesn't look like they. But then again, that's where you want to be. Then why are you attacking somebody who is where you want to be? Why are you attacking somebody who is in a marriage, a successful marriage, a good marriage? It just doesn't make sense. But then again, you cry that you don't have one, and you see somebody who does. Instead of you trying to get information on how to help yourself and how to, maybe if you have something that is causing you not to have someone commit to you, if you have a problem that you don't know or that you know of, that you have this problem and you can't get rid of it, and you know it's costing you a lot more than you know, why don't you ask a question that will help you get to the place that you're trying to get? And the funny thing about all of this, or the interesting thing about all of this is, of course, Myron called it out. He called those women out on their bullshit. But the woman who adores her man and is in a successful marriage started attacking them back, and actually brutally attacking them. And everything she's saying is exactly what these other women are doing, and it's exactly what is costing them being in a marriage or being committed to. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? And when you see these things happen live in front of you, you're like, yo, what is going on, man? Make this make sense. But I have understood over time that um, sometimes you just got to see things for what it is. Sometimes you just got to see things for what it is. Sometimes you just got to see things for what it is. What am I trying to say? Sometimes somebody will see you happy, and will see that you are in a successful situation, but they don't understand that there is sacrifices to be made for you to be in a successful situation, for you to be in a good marriage, in a good situation, a good relationship. There has to be a sacrifice. You can't have the old mentality. You can't have the mentality you have. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you are a single person and you have moved a different way or a certain way in order to get wifed up, or in order for you to go from single to marriage, or let me say from single to serious relationship to fiance and then marriage, you're going to have to move different. It's inevitable. You cannot have a for sale sign when you're already bought. You know, you have to make changes. There's no way you want to put a for sale sign on a product that has been purchased. It doesn't work like that. It can never work like that. And ain't no way it will ever work like that. Because since the beginning of time, it has never worked like that. You know what I mean? So it's quite an interesting concept with the way things are going with the world, where we're going. Like, I know I'm speaking in parables. If you're watching this, I know you're hearing me in parables because I'm trying to mind my words carefully. Because you know the platform we are into right now, YouTube is very sensitive, very super, super sensitive, you know. So I'm trying to speak in parables and mind my words carefully because I really want to say what I want to say, but I'm trying to say it professionally and say in a way that nobody will feel offended. And if you feel offended, if the shoe fits, then wear them, you know. But I don't think I'm offending anybody. I'm just talking about what I have observed and what I have witnessed over time. So, you know, those who dislike Chi Chi criticize how Chi Chi is doing as a wife. Speaking of Chi Chi, shout out to Chi Chi actually. I remember, I remember on Dragon Ball. I think Swag, you brought it up. You brought it up one time, but at that time I forgot about it during on Dragon Ball show, and my memory brought that back one time ago, like some time ago this week, when Goku and Chi Chi were on Flying Nimbus, and Goku checked if Chi Chi was a male or a female, and kicked her right in her private area, and he told Chi Chi, "I'm just checking because I've had that. I had a previous situation before, and I just wanted to check if you're a male or a female." That was actually funny. And Chi Chi started crying and screaming while they were on Flying Nimble. So I do remember because there was a time you brought it up, and at that time, my memory has forgotten because it's been a long time I've watched Dragon Ball. So I don't remember every little details of what happened. But anyways, um, yeah, Chi Chi is dope. Chi Chi is really dope because her character, although she's harsh, you know, her harshness is actually coming from love. I know people don't like the fact that Chi Chi noticed how Goku currently is and his mindset, and she did the best she can to gear Gohan to focus on his books, on his studies, because make no mistake about it. Goku being a fighter is not gonna feed the family. You know, it's not gonna help the family. It's not gonna feed them unless if Goku uses his powers to go rob a bank, right? But it ain't gonna feed the family. So Chi Chi understands this very well. That although I would love my son to be a fighter, like just like his father, but at the same time, I want him to be a scholar so that he can make money to not only take care of me, but to also be able to take care of his family. You know what I mean? So people don't like Chi Chi because of that, but at the same time, I can see it making sense. It makes sense what Chi Chi did to Gohan, pushing him to get an education, be a scholar, make money, and then if you want to go be a knucklehead just like your father, then go, you know. So it kind of makes sense, and that's the reason why I like where Dragon Ball Super is right now, how Gohan has evolved over time. Because I'm not sure if you guys know, yeah, that part was hilarious. The part where Bulma removed her underwear and Goku was so oblivious to like what the hell is going on here. Yeah, it was historical, man. It was historical. So, what was I saying? I missed my train of thought right now. I missed my train of thought right now. What was I saying? Gohan has evolved to a point where I think I've said that already. I forgot what I was saying. I missed my train of thought. Yeah, Gohan's character has gone a 360 situation. It has done a very they've done a very good job bringing up Gohan, and why this is crucial. Why this is crucial is simply because I can see them bringing back future Trunks. Hello from Brazilian. How you doing? I can see this evolving to one day. Hopefully we're going to see future Trunks once again. Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh, now I remember what I was gonna say. I remember what I was gonna say. I'm not sure if you guys are aware. I'm not sure if you guys are aware. Yeah, bringing back future Trunks should be interesting because the power that he was starting to develop towards the ending of Zamasu's arc, it was quite interesting, right? He has a unique power that is underdeveloped but underdeveloped but is still being developed, and you could see the potential of future Trunks. But what I was gonna say is, do you guys know that Kia Toriyama was going to kill off Goku for good? Do you guys know that Kia Toriyama was going to kill off Goku for good in Dragon Ball Z? Do y'all know this? With the Cell Saga, Kia Toriyama was preparing to kill off Goku for good. Do y'all know this? Gohan was being prepped to be the next hero, and Goku would be gone and gone for good. Do y'all know this? That in Dragon Ball Z, the Cell Saga, Kia Toriyama was planning to kill off Goku for good. Gohan was being prepped up to be the next hero. Do y'all know this? Yeah, he was gonna do it. But the fans begged him. The fans, the audience, begged them to not kill off Goku. Could you imagine if that plan had come to fruition? Could you imagine if that plan had come to fruition? Could you guys imagine where Dragon Ball would have been? What could have happened? How's it going, Ian Lane? Thanks for coming to the live chat. Could you imagine where Dragon Ball would have been? That means no Super Saiyan 3. That means no Vegito, right? No Super Saiyan 3, no Vegito, no Ultra Instincts, um, even no GT, no Dragon Ball GT. If Kia Toriyama succeeded in killing off Goku during the Cell Saga. Food for thought. Another one is, do you guys know that Kia Toriyama did not like Vegeta at first? Do y'all know that Kia Toriyama did not like Vegeta's character at first? And he was gonna kill off Vegeta for good during the Namek saga. Bless his soul, Kia Toriyama was going to kill off Vegeta, the Prince of All Saints, for good during Namek Saga. After Frieza blew a hole, after beating the holy crap out of Vegeta and blowing a hole right through him, and Vegeta dying, that should have been the end of the Prince of All Saints. Could you guys imagine not having Vegeta in Dragon Ball? Yes, he didn't feel comfortable going with Gohan as a lead, simply because of the state of the situation. Gohan, after killing off Cell, there is no more threats. Gohan is gonna go back to school studying to become a scholar. Vegeta, on the other hand, is not gonna be motivated to fight, but he was training still. He did train. He trained mercilessly. Even though Goku was gone, the Prince of All Saiyans felt like he is now the only person who is capable enough and will be capable enough to defend the Earth from any upcoming threats. So he trained, which was the reason why when Gohan was fighting Deborah, when Gohan and Deborah were fighting, Vegeta was not impressed in any way, shape, or form because he can tell that Gohan has slacked off significantly. And because Vegeta could not hold himself, could not control his anger and emotions, gave rise to Deborah noticing that Vegeta can be of a use. Vegeta can be useful to the awakening of Majin Buu. These are facts. Vegeta was very irritated on how Gohan was fighting. He was not impressed, and he was pretty much mad at Gohan for slacking off all these years. The executives were not happy with killing off Goku for good. And Akira Toriyama, bless his soul, did not like the Prince of All Saints at first. He wanted to kill him off during Namek Saga. After Frieza killed Vegeta, that was supposed to be the end of Vegeta, guys. Could you imagine? Could you guys imagine this? The Prince of All Saints gone for good. No more Vegito, no more Kakarot, no more Kakarot, no more Kakarot. We're never gonna hear about Vegeta ever again. Could you imagine not having Vegeta around? That would have been the greatest mistake of all time. I am so glad that the bosses pushed him to do more. Because if it wasn't for that, it would have been a bad decision. I'm glad. So I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making it up. These are facts. These are factual. Um, these are factual information that I'm giving y'all. These are factual. And Akira Toriyama didn't like Vegeta. He didn't like Vegeta's character so much. And I know and I can understand because Vegeta, the old Vegeta was very, very terrible, man. The old Vegeta was very, very terrible. But, when things started to change for Vegeta was, let me tell you guys this now. As a hardcore Dragon Ball fan, the thing that made Vegeta special was when he was about to die in Namek. When he opened up to Goku, even Goku was shocked. Goku couldn't believe that a heart of stone like Vegeta could could have such could have such emotion, could cry and shed tears. When Vegeta died or before he died, everything he said, you can feel Vegeta's emotion. And Goku, make no mistake about it, Goku understood everybody. Like, it was what I believe it was what gave the bosses the idea that, listen, you cannot kill this guy. You need to bring him back. Because even Goku said it. You were not crying because you're dying. You know? Goku said it. You're not shedding tears like this. Because Vegeta was shedding tears, like literally crying like a baby while he's about to die. And Goku said, I understand you better now. You were not crying because you were about to die. You're crying because you did not get the chance to be what you wanted to be. You didn't have the chance to be yourself. You never had the chance to really know yourself. You did everything Frieza wanted you to do. He robbed you of yourself. You're not shedding tears because you're dying. You're crying because you never get the chance to be yourself. You never get the opportunity to be a kid. You never got the opportunity to know yourself and understand yourself because you did everything Frieza told you to do and even more. He robbed you of a choice. And Vegeta, and because of that emotion, because of everything that went behind, because of Vegeta's words, it kind of made people understood Vegeta a little bit more. Because before, Vegeta was just a loose cannon. You all know what I'm talking about. You all know what I'm talking about. Vegeta, the old Vegeta was a loose cannon, man. This man literally killed his own fellow Saiyan. Yeah, yeah, it is so emotional. And the interesting thing was that I actually watched it on, was it Friday or Thursday? Either Friday or Thursday, I watched that scene. I was scrolling on I was on Facebook watching some of these reels and bumped into it. And when I bumped into it, I decided, normally when I bump into old Dragon Ball Z stuff, if it's not really that interesting, I just continue scrolling out. But I bumped into that moment and I decided to go back and rewatch that particular episode to really, really grasp everything. And those words from Vegeta was so powerful. It was so powerful that you're like, damn, even though this man literally murdered his fellow Saiyan, that has been with him since the beginning. Because you all know Nappa, even though Nappa was a loose cannon, even though Nappa was a hothead, even though Nappa is just a bonehead and a musclehead, and how do I put it? A knucklehead. Shout out to Naruto Shippuden or Naruto. Even though he was a knucklehead, he has been with Vegeta since the beginning. Nappa has been alongside with Vegeta since Vegeta was a child. So to have a heart of a stone, knowing fully well, okay, knowing fully well that Nappa is the only Saiyan that has known you, been with you, loyal to you since the very beginning. Knowing that your race has dwindled to a handful. For you to kill Nappa, murder him in cold blood, for you to have a heart of Vegeta. I mean, the old Vegeta was, like I said, he was a loose cannon, man. For you to murder Nappa like that, someone who has been with you, fought with you, loyal to you, right? But because he disobeyed you to go attack Gohan and Krillin and gets himself really hurt, for you to murder him like that in cold blood, that is something. But after exactly, exactly, exactly. You know what I was saying before? That if a rat that doesn't eat peanut butter start hanging around with rats that eat peanut butter, two things will happen. It's either he gets corrupted and start eating peanut butter, or he corrupts the rats that eat peanut butter to stop eating peanut butter. It's the same thing with Vegeta. You know, when you are surrounded with a lot of bad people, a lot of bad energy, a lot of bad vibes, a lot of bad intentions, before you know it, you don't know any different. And you all remember when Vegeta was pouring his emotion out to Goku. One of the things Vegeta said that was so outstanding was he said that he took me away from my father because if I didn't do what he tells me to do, he will kill my father. And I did everything he asked me to do, even more. You know? Remember when Bardog's men were attacked, they were shocked. What the hell is going on here? We've been loyal to Frieza. We did everything this alien asked us to do, and even more. Bardog's men were shocked. Why are we being persecuted when we've done such a good job? When we have done everything that this alien asked us to do, and even more. Why are we being persecuted like this? Why? Simply because Frieza feared that if they all gang up on his ass, he will not survive it. He feared that the Saiyans were getting too strong for their own. They're getting too strong to know what's good for them. And he mostly feared that one day that a Saiyan will birth a Super Saiyan that will challenge his place in the universe. And the interesting part of it is, when someone is evil, and you know that one day you will face the judgment of what you've done, and you know that you can actually, that somehow you have the power to stop that judgment from coming to fruition. Someone who is evil like Frieza will take his chances, right? Because he knows, even though Frieza is so powerful, but the fact he feared that one day that the Saiyans will raise a warrior, okay, He's so afraid. He feared most that the saints will raise a warrior one day that will challenge him, that will take him out of his throne. Fraser feared that um, premonition or that prophecy so much that he decided to eradicate all the saints. And like I said before, like I've been saying every time I have the chance to talk about this point, I do not think. Yes, swag, you are a product. Okay? You are a product of your environment. That is so true, man. That is so true, bro. That is factual. Indeed, you are a product of your environment. What your environment does, it affects you. That's why, who said before? Somebody said earlier that they're just gonna ignore the world and what and the nonsensical thing that is happening and just mind their own business. Who said that? Hold on, let me see. Somebody said, I forgot the name of that person. He came to the live stream and said something like that. Okay, it was Z led. He said the world is off the rail and I feel like I just hide away in my bubble and ignore the harsh reality of the world. The thing is, you can't ignore it because we are a product of our environment. We are a product of our environment most of the time, if not all the time. You know, there's no way you can ignore your environment because you partake in it. We all partake in our environment, so it can't be ignored. You can ignore it, but that doesn't mean that it will ignore you. You know that saying that goes like this: you don't want trouble, but trouble keeps coming at you. You don't want trouble. You just want to be left alone. But trouble keeps coming at you. That's because you are a product of your environment. If your environment is messed up at one point, you're going to have to face it. And that's where you will either be messed up just like them, or you're not going to be messed up like them, but you'll be scarred for life, you know? So that's the thing, man. It's really interesting, man. Good conversation, guys. This is really good. This is really good. This is very good. This is very good. So, yeah, not a lot of people on live today. And I can understand, man. Today is Saturday. People are probably sleeping, or some people are at a gathering right now, house party, um, and other stuff that they do. I'll be going to bed shortly as well. MZ Shelby is back. What brought you back, man? I thought you left. What brought you back? Swag, you're going out on Saturday. What time what time is it in your area right now? I think Saturday should be over for most people. because it's currently where I am right now, Eastern Standard Time. It's currently 11 p.m. Yeah, man, everybody likes to go out on the weekend. Everyone likes to go out on the weekend. And if it is long weekend, it's even better. If it is long weekend, it's even better. Now, like the live stream, guys. Oh, man, I've been here for I think 2 hours or so, almost 2 hours, and there's only nine. This live stream has 9 likes. Come on, guys, what is going on? What is going on? Like this stream, people. Give it a like. Give it a thumbs up. Broly, where is Kakarot? Kakarot! 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 Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. Just the name of Kakarot, Broly loses it and goes ape shit. Yeah, man, that movie is the first time I watched Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan movie. Like, it kind of made me think a little bit. It's one of those, you know, if any one of you guys have watched Sinners, when you're done watching Sinners, if you watched it for the very first time, it makes you think a little. That's the same way I felt about Broly movie, like the DBZ Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. You know, when I watched it the first time, it kind of traumatized me just a tiny little bit. Yeah, the way he screams Kakarot is just, and the music behind his transformation, it is just top notch, man. You can like that movie. The first time anybody watches it, you could feel what is happening. You could feel that there is something wrong here. When he screams and he's first of all, when he tries to get angry and attack Goku, his father controlled him, and then he tries to attack Goku when he was sleeping with Gohan and Piccolo, and everybody wakes up, and he chases Goku outside, and his father tried to Paragas tries to control him once again, but he is so enraged and traumatized himself that his energy shattered the device that is being used to put his energy in check. I'm like, holy shit, something is wrong with this guy. This guy is not normal. There is something deep, there is something ominous, and I really mean ominous, with this character. When he screamed and used his energy to shatter and break out of that device, I'm like, oh my goodness. All hell is about to break loose. And then you look at Vegeta. Vegeta is shivering in his boots. Vegeta literally went down on 2 knees and gave up. Oh my god, I'm like, Vegeta, who is not really scared of anything, except Frieza, of course. Vegeta started shivering and went down on 2 knees and said, He's gonna kill us all. When Vegeta said that, I'm like, holy crap. How strong is this guy? Vegeta literally said he's gonna kill us all. Like he was terrified of Broly. Yeah, man. Hopefully it's gonna come to fruition. Yeah, hopefully. I think at some point when the series comes back and they get to the part where Paragas comes to planet Earth, or when Frieza meets him and brings him to planet, I think that part is coming at some point when in the series. If the series comes back, I'm looking forward to that. Actually, I'm really looking forward to that. That should be interesting. You know, that should be interesting. But DBZ Broly is just the first time I watched that movie. It kind of traumatized me. I kind of thought, like, I kind of paused after the movie and I thought about it. Like, it's scary. The time I watched it years and years ago, Broly, DBZ Broly was terrifying. He was a menace. He was a menace to everyone around him, a menace to his father, a menace to everybody around. This man literally crushed his father, the man who he saved when he was a baby, the man who took care of him until he became an adult. He crushed him right inside his pod. Of course, because he believed that Paragas is about to fly out and let this Kamore then collide with the planet that he's on. He believed his father is against him and set him up to die, set him up for failure, and because of that, he's gonna make his father pay. Crazy, man. Crazy stuff. Pratek Singh, how's it going? Yes, makes absolute sense. Yes, I believe you, man. Vegeta was scared because he knows the legend of the legendary Super Saiyan. I think okay, I see what you mean now. Yeah. Yeah, that was what took him on two knees because Vegeta knows the history of the Saiyan called legendary Super Saiyan. Yes, you're right. No, I didn't just wake up from sleep. I've been live for the past 2 hours now, I think. And I just came back from Brave Fest about 3 or 4 hours ago. And I decided to come here to live chat and talk to you guys for a little bit before I go to bed. So yeah, I will be going to bed very soon, very soon, guys. It's been um, it's been quite awesome so far. Talking Dragon Ball and other animes and about life and all these things. Yeah, Vegeta and Goku are just two. They are very different. They are different in their beliefs. I remember on Planet Namek, before Vegeta died, he told Goku to take this fight seriously because the type of person you're about to face is none other, is not like the other people or the other villains that you've faced. The type of person, the type of character you're about to face, if you listen, if you're too soft, if you're soft with this person, you're gonna lose. So you have to take this fight seriously. And Goku responded that my emotions has always been my guide. I cannot do otherwise. My feelings, my emotions, the way I am has always been my guide, you know? Oh man, it's been a good chat, man. It's been a good chit chat. Yeah, because Vegeta understands that he understands that Frieza is the worst of the worst. Frieza is the worst of them all. He understood very much that Frieza is just, you know, Frieza is not the person you can change his mind. Frieza is not that one. Frieza is not to be shown mercy to. Vegeta understood that correctly. Um, are you One Piece live stream? No. I was gonna do. Actually, I should go to bed because I will be doing a live stream on One Piece tomorrow, hopefully. But it won't be on this channel. It will be on Rumble. So follow me on Rumble if you want to watch One Piece reaction tomorrow. I will make time and I will do one episode tomorrow. One episode. I'm not gonna do a long live stream. I'm gonna do one episode tomorrow. So if you wanna join me tomorrow, follow me on Rumble, and I will be doing One Piece live stream reaction. Because why am I doing one episode? I'm doing one episode simply because I still wanna finish Thriller Burke arc on YouTube, but due to the fact that I'm taking a break doing anime reactions on YouTube for the next 3 months, I'm gonna be doing One Piece reaction on Rumble, but I won't be unless if it depends on how things goes too on Rumble. Um, but I'm going to continue doing One Piece, but I'm not going to be doing as many episodes as I used to when I'm on YouTube because I still don't want to give all the Thriller Burke content on Rumble. I still want to bring it back on YouTube, but for now I can't. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Goku said that I'm going to finish you to Frieza. And the spirit bomb was supposed to do that, but somehow, someway, Frieza survived that attack. Because the spirit bomb is designed to be used by someone who is a good hearted individual to summon that energy, and it is to be used on someone who is evil, who has evil in their heart, you know. So that spirit bomb was supposed to destroy Frieza, but somehow Frieza survived it. Maybe it could be because that Goku wasn't strong enough to mass that energy at that time, because the same spirit bomb was used on Majin Buu. That was how Majin Buu was defeated. So one can say that Goku wasn't strong enough yet to summon more energy from spirit bomb to be used on Frieza. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. I'm going to end it for tonight. I'm getting tired. Even while I'm talking, I'm closing my eyes because, I'm tired. It's been a long day. And I need to go to bed on time because I want to make time tomorrow to go live on Rumble to react to One Piece episode. So I need all the energy that I can get. Yeah, SmackDown review. If you watch my live stream, I always talk about WWE. That means I do watch them. Last live stream that I did, was it on Thursday or Friday? When I think the title is Let's Talk WWE Anime. I talked about SmackDown and Raw. So whenever I talk about WWE content, watch it because I always follow up with my review on SmackDown and on Raw. So um, you may not hear me talk about SmackDown only, but I'm going to watch SmackDown, and on Monday I'm probably gonna watch Raw. So when I do talk about Raw, I might also talk about SmackDown. But I'm excuse me, I'm keeping up with the show, so that's not a problem. I haven't watched the recent SmackDown show, but I will watch it at some point because I'm gonna be home tomorrow anyways. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. I'm kind of tired, kind of falling asleep a little bit. So thank you guys for joining me on this live stream. Much appreciated. And please see it that you go to my Rumble channel and subscribe and follow me on Rumble for anime reaction content, because that's where I'll be doing anime reactions for now. This channel will be for live stream for now until at least for the next 3 months. So thank you for joining me. Oh, yes. You know what, Swag? I like what you just said because I have always wanted to catch up or wanted to watch One Piece live action. And I think this might be the best time to do it. Okay? I think the moment has been presented to me, although I would want to react to it on YouTube. But based on how the situation is, I think I'm going to do it on Rumble. So you just gave me an idea. You just gave me an idea. I'm not gonna react to all the episode at one all in one shot. I'm going to do them one episode at a time because I think this is an opportunity for me to watch One Piece live action. At least, if anything, if anybody asks me where is my One Piece live action, I can always tell them that it's on Rumble. Go on Rumble, you can watch it there. So I think I might start with that. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'm going to start One Piece live action. I'm not gonna do the anime, I'm going to watch the live action tomorrow. I'm gonna do the first episode. So Come and join me tomorrow on Rumble. Make sure you subscribe so that when I go live stream, you can watch it with me. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be the same, the way I'm doing, um, the way I did Togen Enki and Lord of Mysteries, the recent anime reactions that I did on Rumble. That's how I'm gonna do One Piece live action. So yes, thank you guys for the ideas. Thank you for bringing these up to my attention. On that note, keep on keeping on. See you in the next video. Adios.